wrote a rap especially for you guys. I hope you like it. Yo, it's Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z then.
Dropping our debut single.
It started way back in the 1850s. Joe Scott was a slave who went up north. He said to his master, "Am I a slave anymore?"
Dred Scott decided he would take it to the courts then said,
"Get your butt out of the door, you can't even bring a case for you're barely a person. Dred Scott and slaves are just property. You belong to your master, bye-bye, homie."
Now during this time a couple of laws came, you know.
Way down the south, a few acts called Jim Crow.
They were made to segregate, to make races separate.
This type of du jour went on in tears, a century almost.
That's 100 years.
Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. During 1860, an important case came around.
Plessy versus Ferg was about to make us frown.
Plessy was a mixed man who was riding a train.
He thought the laws were stupid, there in plain.
He wanted a test case, so he sat right down.
On a train in New Orleans, you might have heard of that town.
Plessy sat in a white car.
Had to turn himself in.
He had a better chance of getting jailed.
Then a fish having a fin.
Yeah.
So then the court ruled that separate was equal, as long as facilities were like a movie and its sequel.
Now blacks had no rights to be with the whites, as long as all those things in both places were tight.
But the problem with that is that the facilities weren't the same, and the blacks had to suffer an endless pain.
Now fast forward to year 70, way up to 1930.
Charles Houston started the first black law school at Howard U.
He trained young black lawyers to fight Plessy too.
Houston wanted to fight separate if equal. He wanted the blacks to understand their fight wasn't a desperate.
He thought if he could train youngins to fight the good fight, then children would grow to know neither black nor white. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it.
Now one of these lawyers was young Thurgood Marshall.
He took many of these cases to a judge who was impartial.
Thurgood was trying to fight Plessy too.
He and Charlie Houston were peas in a pot of two.
Thurgood fought against the man in the NAACP.
They were trying to get rights for you and rights for me.
Marshall debated in many cases trying to equalize schools.
But no elementaries know they were not fools.
They were waiting for the right one to come along.
So the Supreme Court could say that separate education was wrong.
Well, the chance came in 54 with a girl named Linda Brown. Said she couldn't go to school next to her house in town.
Now Thurgood had established a thing called intangible evidence, but in courts physical still took the precedence.
Thurgood and his men did a test with dolls, but they worried that they had then hit a wall.
Although black kids felt inferior to whites, the defendant gave the plaintiff quite a plight.
He said there's no real proof here, but the court denied it. This win integrated schools in the states united.
Yeah, civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. In 1955, Rosa Parks sat down. She sat in front of the bus even though she was brown. A white man came and said to sit in the back. What Rosa replied was, "Hello, whack."
No. I sat on the bus.
She sat on the bus.
I sat on the bus.
She sat on the bus.
I sat, yeah, on the bus.
Go Rosa, go, go, go Rosa, go Rosa, go, go, go Rosa.
Rosa Parks stood up by
Sitting down. So after this, the whole town revolted. No one would ride the bus, no matter how cold it was.
Montgomery let a bus ride boycott for almost a year. Blacks ride the bus not.
The blacks did not back down, but neither did the town. No one will quit until the court said sit.
The Supreme Court stepped in and said just stop. Let the blacks and the whites sit where they want.
Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. Now out of the boycott came a man named Martin Luther King. You may have heard of him.
Martin Jr. was a preacher and he helped the blacks fight against the city with peace and relax.
He became a national hero, not just in Bama. Took a trip around the nation just like a panorama.
MLK had a dream and he told the world, march way down to Selma and some things curl.
But all good things must come to an end, and tragically he ended lying down in a bed.
Some evil man shot him dead in 68, but despite all of that, we can overcome the hate.
Now the final thing in our rapid timeline is a group of brave kids called the Little Rock Nine.
The Little Rock Board planned to integrate a school.
But Governor Orville Faubus was kind of a tool.
He sent out troops to stop the school from integrating, right?
But Eisenhower stopped him.
No,
The kids then had an interesting year. They learned real good, but they learned in fear.
These 9 were heroes. They were amazingly strong, so to conclude.
But Dwight sent troops to right the wrong in 1957, where we end our song. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. Civil rights didn't come easily. We had to work for it. We had to work for it. We out.